Hi everyone, it's Dane here with Love Soul of Flowers, and second night in a row that we're here for a video. I know we haven't done a tutorial in a little while. It's just a crazy season, but we are trying to get back in the swing of things, and so we are going to be doing a fall tutorial tonight. If you did not watch the video from last night, we showed you some new products that we have, specifically some faux flowers that we are going to be now carrying. And we are going to use some of that tonight, so that's kind of exciting. It's a bunch of good stuff that we've got going on in that faux filler department there. When you have wood flowers, you know, there are some limitations with the shapes and the sizes and all that kind of stuff. So we've been adding more real touch type flowers or fillers that you can't really get made in a wood flower. So they, you know, pair up well. And they give us the opportunity to give you more styles and different kinds of things. So that's exciting. We had some hydrangeas and proteas and things like that. And again, we're going to be using one of them tonight, show you how to kind of make something quick and easy. I like my tutorials to be things that, you know, if you're just starting and it's your very first project, it's something easy that you can do. But if it's something, you know, where you've been doing this for a while, but it's something just to creative idea kind of thing like that. So we are going to be making something fall that I'll show you in a minute. As soon as, you know, some more people pop on here. But we do have a sale going on right now. It's up to 70%. It's ending soon. Everything is while supplies last, so if you love something, grab it, so that you're not sad if it ever sells out, especially with these new fillers. Again, sales up to 70%. Our website is lovesouloflowers.com. Our tutorials are viewed here live on our business page and are put afterwards on our YouTube channel so that you can easily and clearly search different topics and find all of our tutorials in one place, and that is youtube.com/lovesouloflowers. And of course, like we usually tell you, we have a community group where you can share things that you've made and get advice and all that kind of good stuff, and that is facebook.com/groups/lovesouloflowers. So we are going to get started, and again, my goal for these types of tutorials, hey Martha, for these types of tutorials is that they are quick and easy and inexpensive, because especially if you're starting a business or things like that, those are the types of things that you need to get done fast for things like shows, even just if you're doing it for yourself as a hobby, for teacher's gifts. This is a good teacher's gift too. You know, just kind of things that are quick and easy, that don't take a lot of, you know, mental power. But we will do some more difficult things sometimes too, but I like kind of an easy 1, 2, 3 process type deal. So that's what we're doing tonight. It's going to be super quick and easy, and it's going to use something we showed off last night. So again, if you didn't see our video last night and you wanted to see our new stuff up close and personal, go check that out. So I have a fall picture, and I know some people get intimidated sometimes by pictures because, of course, it's on a slant at the top. But this one says Happy Fall, y'all. And I actually got this at the Dollar Tree. I know that, you know, some people who have businesses, if you go on the Dollar Tree online, you actually can get shipped things in bulk. So sometimes they're not in your store, but you can make a whole bunch of things. Our Dollar Tree is $1.25 now, so I don't know if that's all Dollar Trees, but so it's not really $1 anymore. But still, for $1.25 to get this really cute picture that we're going to turn into something really cute in just a few easy steps is kind of a fun process here. So we're going to get started, and I am going to keep flipping it back and forth because I am building this to have the front be obviously the pumpkin, so just so I look at it, but I'll keep spinning it around so you can see. But so again, I'd like to say like easy is 1, 2, 3. Basically what we're going to do, the process we're going to do is literally 3 steps and nothing too difficult. So again, any of you all can do this, and I really do like to show you things that can be under 10 minutes. Again, especially if you're owning a business, you're wanting to pump out things that are quick and easy as well. So I am going to take my greenery, and I've got one of these long guys. This is the willow eucalyptus. I cut the stem already a little bit shorter, but I just wanted to show you, you know, the whole stem together and how we don't even have to take this apart, and it's going to give us a really cool asymmetrical look, but I do need to trim it a little bit. Now, I do have some foam in my pitcher here. You can use any kind of foam. Some people use the spray foam. This is just regular white styrofoam, but you can use floral foam. If you're going to use floral foam, make sure you use the dry foam. Wet foam means for fresh flowers where you can pour water in it and it crumbles and it's kind of gross. So you can put the little ball styrofoams in here. So any kind of foam, as long as you can get something to hold everything in place, that's good. So with the pitcher, again, we're going to do a little bit of a different shape. You can just do a round kind of type assortment in one of these, even though it's on a slant. But I'm going to do something asymmetrical. And when I'm building it asymmetrical with something with a slant, I like the taller piece to be on the opposite side of the slant. So I'm kind of building it at the opposite slantage than the actual piece comes. So I'm just going to stick that in. So as you can see, well, you can't really see the slant very well, but you see how the slant goes up here, but the taller piece is going to go out the other side. Now, you don't have to have a ton of greenery or anything to get something to look big. Just look at how long this piece is. It's going to give a lot of space to this. It can be a full centerpiece for a table. You're not needing to add a ton of stuff to it, but you're still going to get height and width actually by doing something like this. So our first step, like I said, we're going to do kind of like a 1, 2, 3 easy thing, is to do our base of greenery. So I'm using the eucalyptus that I have here, and I'm going to do 2 of these little pampas. Hopefully you guys got the notifications about our sale when we had the botanicals sale, and grabbed some of these botanicals because they are perfect for the fall. The botanical look really lends itself to the fall look. Lots of fluffy things, lots of earthy tones. So if you missed that sale, we are still having a sale, just not the 80% one. It's up to 70% off right now. So there's a whole section for the dried botanicals, but there's some pampas here that I put in there. So I'm following the same line. Again, this is going up in this direction, so I put my tall pampas on that side. Now I'm going to start building on the lower side because I've got my taller piece. And again, I wanted to make this easy as 1, 2, 3. And so what I've got is our pincushion proteas from last night I showed you guys, and it's on a bush. So you've got all your little, blossoms and stuff all connected, but you can separate those. But for something like this, it's silly to separate it. You've already got something all set up. So what I'm going to do, I am going to cut this just a little bit so that it can kind of sit down in there. But I'm not even going to separate it. It's already got greens on it, so how easy is this, right? So you can have a beautiful fall centerpiece in a couple steps without doing much work at all. So I'm just going to fluff it out a little bit. So I'm going to find the height where I can bend it a little bit over the edges. I'm going to just open them up. So when you get those bushes from our faux filler section, you can literally keep it as the bush because it kind of sets it up. But look, just because you have it all smushed together to start doesn't mean you can't use the wiring to open it up. So look at how I just gave it a whole new look by putting the whole bush in there together, but I just took my wired stems and I bent them. Some are kind of hanging down a little bit. I still got my asymmetrical look, as you can see, up nice and tall. Now all I'm going to do for the next step, so my first step again was doing my base of greeneries and fillers. If you didn't want to use something that already had a flower on it, you could just do more greens in there. But again, I'm keeping this very asymmetrical with my tall piece, and I'm working down. Now, again, when you're doing your lower pieces, you don't want any stems to be above the line here because you don't really want to see stems. You're wanting it to touch the base so that you're kind of covering up those wires. Now, I'm going to add some of my fall colored flowers that I have stemmed here. I have them on 18 gauge wire. I get my wire stems from Amazon, but we also have stem covers for things that are like glass. So of course we didn't need to have our wires covered right now, but we have obviously a solid colored thing, so we can just use regular wires. And again, I use the 18 gauge because they're kind of strong enough, but they're also flexible. And I just want to kind of pierce my foam in there so that it stays. And I'm just going to kind of fill in between my fillers that I already got in there, my bush of the Pro Tea in there. So I've got a few different colors. We do sell dyed flowers now in assortments. You can check those out in the drop down box. You're going to click on the Sola flowers, and then you're going to click on dyed assortments and dyed flowers. And we do have some different colors in there even now. But otherwise, we do have some dyeing videos if you're going to dye on your own. And we just use a little bit of indoor house paint and some glycerin to keep the paint soft, and water. And it's very simple to dye on your own. So if you're, again, new to Sola here and you've just found our site, know that we have tutorials on how to dye flowers, and it's not a difficult process, and you can custom dye your own. But especially in a pinch, or if you're wanting to do a big show or something like that, buying the flowers already dyed saves you so much time and energy. I have to say it's a nice little perk that we offer now, because you know, you can make your own little assortments because they come in one colors, and you can make a whole collection in order to get all of your fall stuff done for your markets and things like that, and not have to spend all the time dyeing, and also not messing up your house. But some people love dyeing flowers. If you're one of them, raise your hand here. Some people call it, you know, relaxing and fun. So I know a lot of people like that part of it. But sometimes it's more just, do you have time to do it? Do you have the space to do it? All that kind of stuff. So we do sell the colors that we have, but if you needed to dye your own, we do have the tutorials on YouTube. The best tutorial one is called Dyeing Without the Fuss, and that's just kind of a quick, easy way to dye with glycerin, and you know, without having to kind of make it complicated. So I'm just going to work my way again up and keep my shape where my taller part is going towards the side that is not slanted, and my shorter part is at the other. So I've got my flowers in here. Do you see I still got this nice tall piece? I love faux fillers and greenery because they're on wires and they can be bent and manipulated. I got my little bit of pampas in there. So step one, again, was my base of greenery. My step two was adding my flowers. And my final step is adding fun types of fillers. So for the fall, things like wheat, the rice flower, star flowers are always a big, nice fall hit there. Baby's breath, any of those are kind of fun fillers. I thought just for today to put something a little different. I had just a stem of cotton hanging around. So I'm going to put some cotton in this arrangement. Now the stems, because of where I have to clip them, they're not going to reach down to my foam, so I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of hot glue. If I can get it started, here we go, and let that catch when I go down in there. And I'm still going to keep my shape of kind of going up towards my slant. Again, I can keep my nice asymmetrical shape by just working with what we started with that tall greenery kind of coming out the one side. So I am just going to put this in a couple places. Again, you could do wheat. You can do more of those botanicals. And it's just kind of the fun part where you're adding all those dimensions and things. So I've got my cotton. I'm going to do a little bit more because I like this look. And I'm just, again, going with the shape that I created originally with my greenery. It's kind of the smartest way to do these kind of things is to, you know, start your shaping with those base of greens. That's why step number one is that. If you were to try to just do your flowers in a shape, it would be a little bit more difficult because, you know, just moving flowers, not knowing kind of what angles you're going to end up with greenery. So that's why starting with your greenery is usually the best bet. And you're just following your natural flow of the branches that you put in at first. So I'm just going to stick, again, a couple more pieces and I'll turn it. And That's a little bit too much for me. Let me see. Do I need any more? I don't think I even need any more. Maybe one down here. I'll put one more in, and then we'll be done. And again, my hope is that you watch these tutorials and go, well, you know, I didn't know how to make anything, and literally after, you know, a 15-minute watch, I know that I can just go and make something so quick and easy, but still beautiful, and feel really confident doing so. I like to teach. I like you all to have confidence knowing that you can make beautiful things without a lot of money and without, you know, a lot of like time, because I don't know about you, but time is like the biggest thing for me. Time is money, especially if you own a business. But for me, you know, if I can cut time any way, I'm going to do that. So again, buying these like bushes that are already started and already full, like these new guys that I showed last night, I would take cutting off time before I took off cutting off money, because you know, we're busy, especially if you're moms and you just started the new school year. I know all the schools are asking for so much from you. So this is just, again, a simple way to do it. It's actually a great gift. I know even with schools, they're asking for auction type things. I know a lot of schools do fundraisers where they need donations of different things. So something like this, again, let's say, you know, you put in maybe maximum like $10, you know, altogether after everything, plus, you know, whatever your base is going to be. I mean, you know, you can sell these for a decent amount too. But again, we've got this asymmetrical look with this height going on, and I just think it's such a cute thing. And I know some people are intimidated by the pictures because of the slant. But again, if you go for asymmetrical, it's easy. But again, if you didn't want to, if you wanted a round top, you would just build it, you know, without the tall pieces hanging out. It doesn't matter that there's a slant. You can still do that round top or two if that's the look you prefer. So here it is, our picture with our height and our width just coming from one little branch there. And we used our new little fillers. And of course some of these fall colored flowers. So I hope that was something that feels productive to you, so that you can make something that's quick, easy, and cheap, and you know, get you started if you're new, and again, give you new ideas if you've been in this for a while now. So this tutorial again is live here on the business page, but we will put it on our YouTube channel where you can search back later on for ideas and tips and tricks. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your weekend.